Let's bring some spring decor into our households. Hi, this is Tweek. Today we're going to take a simple pillowcase and turn it into chair and pillow covers. Join us. Supplies you'll need for this project are: you'll need a pillowcase, some sticky felt, all your colors of choice. You will need a pair of scissors, a pencil, and random colors of paint. Again, your choice of colors. So let's get started. We begin with me getting an idea to take a pillowcase and decorate it. I wanted to make chair covers, but this project could easily, and it is an easy project, could turn into pillowcase covers, or you could use them really anywhere. Once you get these little bunnies made, they're stick 'em and they can go anywhere you want to add decor. So here's what I did. I found my pillowcase first. Since I'm doing something for spring and bunnies, I wanted a vibrant color, and I found this teal. Now this is a standard size pillowcase, and since I'm going to put it on a chair, I'm going to keep the design towards the top. So I've got my color and I've got my space. How am I going to fill that space? I'm going to fill it with rabbits and Easter eggs. Spring. I drew out a rabbit pattern, and this is half of it, because when I drew it out, I only liked half the bunny. So I cut him in half, and then I just flipped him over to get the rest of the image onto the felt. And once I did that, I cut out a bunch of these bunnies because I wasn't sure exactly how many bunnies I would fit onto the pillowcase, and I wanted options. So once I had my bunny cut out, I cut out another piece that was simply a little piece of pink for his ear. So I've got white felt for his body, a pink piece for his ear, and I cut out a bunch of those because every rabbit's going to have 2 little pink ears. And then I left the rest for later because I needed eggs. So I cut out an egg shape, and I cut out bunches of eggs, different colors. I want choices. So I'm putting this together and lining it up. I want to see how it's going to look when I lay it out. That's part of the fun. It's also so easy. So we have our bunnies, we have our eggs, we have our pattern, stick it aside. We have our pillowcase. So let's start creating. Let's do one of these bunnies. So I've got a bunny here, and I'm going to take a couple of these pieces of ears that I snipped out. Those are going to go right in there. Now for his eyes, I'm using just a couple of little black dots. This is all just sticky felt. 2 little dots for his eyes. And then I wanted a little triangle for his nose. So I just cut out random triangles. See how simple and easy? And because you're drawing out your own bunny and you're making your own eyes and your own nose, your bunny is going to be perfectly suited and personalized, original for you. That's part of the fun here too. So I've got a bunny here, and I'm going to surround him with eggs. So I've got a bunch of different eggs. I'm just going to randomly put 6 or 7 eggs works best. You could put just one color of eggs all around. Let's say you had a decor in your kitchen or around your chair that you wanted it to match up. That would work really nicely. But I'm going just for the color of spring and the colors I want to see. How you place the eggs is up to you. The yellows are different. I want it to look like he's throwing eggs up and it's coming back around. Let's see if I have another one. There's a bright pink. And I thought I had another blue, and I guess I don't, but I could cut one out. So basically, oh, there's a blue right there. I don't want too many pinks. So you play around with your colors. I want a pink different from his ears. And you've got your eggs. Look at how quickly this is going. Before you do any placement, you make sure everything is all set to go. This time here, now, this could be it. This could be as far as you go. We do need a bow tie. There again, do you want a bow tie on your bunny? Well, you know, one that I haven't done yet is green. So let's make a green bow tie. Where are my scissors? I am just freehanding this stuff because you know what? It's going to look good no matter how you do it. And I just cut around and make like a heart shape. And if this doesn't work for what I want, I will cut another one. See, it looks like a heart shape. Put it there. And then I want just a little piece for the center. And I love the scraps. I'm constantly using these felt scraps. I'm using the scraps to decorate the eggs. I'm using it to make the bow tie for the bunny. There's his bow tie. I've got lots of different colors. I have not done a green one yet, so that's kind of nice. We're all set, except for how am I going to decorate my eggs? So let's get started on that. This is where all my scraps come into play. I've got lines. I'll give you an example. Like I'll take this green, or here's where I cut out bow ties. Well, there's all kinds of scrap material here that's of real good use. So I'm just going to cut out the strips. And I'm going to use this. You can decorate these eggs however you wish to, but I'm making mine stripes, mostly making use of these. So let's say I cut out a few scrap lines, and now I'm just going to lay it out. I'm not going to stick it yet. I'm going to lay it out into a pattern that I think I might like. You could add as many stripes as you want. You could add no stripes and just use some paint to make dots or shapes. I've got that, and now I think I'm going to add a little more color. I'm going to add another. You cannot go wrong on these because eggs can come in so many varieties and colors and shapes, large and small. Let's see, I'm feeling like I want some white in there, a white stripe, and anytime you throw the white in there, you kind of helping out the bunny color gets melded in. Let's see, do I have a scrap of white here? Well, we'll just make one. Take some white. I'm just going to cut a bit off. I love the scraps, and I'm just going to start cutting thin strips. Once you attach these pieces of felt to each other, there's just some really good stick-em on here. This stuff stays. That's been my experience. That be sure you know where you want it before you put it down. So let's say we've got a few scraps here. And what do we want to do here? I just want to add a little bit of white. See how that changes? And this, to me, this is the fun part. This is the creative part where you look and say, how do I want this egg to look? Do I want spaces in between? I can add some dots later. So that kind of a pattern is what I'm going to run with for this egg. And then to put those on there, I'm going to pick up the egg. But I'm just going to come just a little bit off the side of the egg. I'm going to take the strip off. Just got to get that little piece of paper off. Okay, now it's ready to put on there. And I'm just going to go right across the egg. Okay, and then I'm going to give a snip and hang onto this piece, because if it's long enough, I can use it again somewhere else on the egg. I'll come towards the bottom. See, already my little design is going out of whack, but you can't go wrong. So I use that to make that. Let's get some white in here. But I just love this part of the process. It's really relaxing and fun to use the colors and to make the eggs how you want to make them. Sticky side goes down. I'm going to leave a little bit of pink between. I don't know why, I'm just gonna. And I'm going to save this. Right now I see that I'm kind of mirroring what I'm doing on the top and the bottom. So I've got purple and then white. I'm going to come back this way. And they're going to meet in the center, aren't they? And I'm going to just tuck him aside in case I want to use him. Now we had some yellow in here, didn't we? We had yellow. Take this off. You never throw away your scraps because they can be so useful. Now I'm letting it hang over the egg a little tiny bit. And I'll show you why. Let's see if this is enough to put up here. It's not. I could put it there, but throw my pattern off a little bit, but who cares? This egg is pink and white and purple. Do I want to go more? Let's see. Do I want another one? Let's talk about what else we want to do here. Yes, no, I want to stop because I got an idea for a different pattern to throw in the center. I've got this white here, and this is where it gets kind of fun. I like a big white stripe. I think of it like it's a Charlie Brown shirt. I'm just going to cut triangles out. You get some little kids to help you do this project, and it is just fun because you just go with it. Now I've got this. See, isn't that cool? So I'm just going to pull this off. Now imagine sitting around and decorating eggs. No dies, no mess, just a lot of, can I get the sticky paper off the sticky? Oh, almost got it. There it goes. Partially. Okay. Now, how did I want to put that on there? I'm thinking like that. You do have a little wiggle room before you really press it down. You can move it a little bit. Okay. Might look a little funky. Now I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to follow the contours of the egg. Not cutting the egg itself, just the stuff that's hanging over. We have an egg. Isn't that adorable? And I'll come around later and I'll add a little more decor to it. So what you do is you decide how many eggs you want. Well, look at these scraps. Look at, I've got the start of another egg. So I'm going to keep going around and fixing some kind of design to each one of these eggs. Here we go. Now I'm going to affix, since I know generally where the eggs are going to go, I'm going to affix the bunny. Let's put his ears on. Just follow the contour of the ear. You can't really go wrong with this one. And now we got eyes and nose. Of course, my bunnies are all wearing a bow tie. To have this all prepared ahead of time is really helpful. Now, this could be a little bit of a challenge in getting this piece of paper off the back. I'm going to set them right towards the top because I'm going to use this on a chair, and most of the design will be at the top of the chair. And set your egg down right over his head and continue around. All right, so now we've got our eggs and our bunny in place. Time to add a little bit of embellishment. That's going to be with some paint, regular old acrylic paint. So what I'm going to do is, I've got an assortment of colors here. And I'm going to start from the top and work my way down so that I don't get my hands into the paint as I go. So this is the time to decide how you want to embellish. And I'm embellishing with a lot of just little white dots. I'm going to put white dots into his bow tie, polka dots. And I'm using a very fine tip brush, and I need a piece of paper towel. Don't want to get the paint on the pillowcase. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start right in here. I'm going to get some paint, and I'm not going to be real fussy about this. I'm just going to go dot, dot, dot. Here I'm going to go with a pattern, which might seem really silly, but it looks nice collectively. Yeah, I'm not being fussy at all. I'm just running with what do you think looks good? What feels right? What makes you smile when you look at it? Okay, just adds a little bit of highlight, a little bit of color. We're going to the rabbit now. The rabbit, I'm going to need to highlight his eyes and his mouth and his bow tie and his feet a little bit. I don't know if they have gray eyebrows or not, but he does. I used some gray for his mouth. Most of the bunnies I had as a kid were black and white, and there was some gray on them. I just want a little indication that there's a paw there. Okay, now I'm going to move this a little bit away. So I want all that stuff to dry. And I'm going to figure out, what do you want to do here? I don't know. Right now, I haven't made a choice. Over here, I think I just want to keep adding dots because they're easy and they're pretty. I can change up the colors and it gives a uniform appeal here that we're doing a polka dot theme. Stripes and polka dots. Actually, I think I'm just going to go zigzaggy across this one. I know I could have done it in felt, but this is kind of fun too, and it's on the fly. So if you don't want to do the cutting out, you can just etch these things in with paint. Felt takes the paint very nicely. It's a little bit rough. You see how the paint, as it dries, it picks up more of a creamy tone. I'm going to do the bunny's bow tie. And this is all, again, just dots. Random dots. Here we go. We're doing a bow tie. So we're going to go dot, 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 dot. I'm following around the edge. No fuss, no muss. Okay, that's done. All I have left is just a couple of little toe marks. And that's our light pink. Is it the light pink? Yes, I believe it was. And I'm just going to go foot, foot, toe, foot, toe, foot, toe. So this is where I need to resist the urge to add more. But while that dries, I'll show you some of the others that I did. This one here, these are all going to go on chairs, although they make lovely pillow coverings. But this one here are just simple eggs, but I cut out the letters and dotted them, and that says spring with an exclamation mark. Cute little bunny. And this one here, a little more elaborate on the design of the eggs. As you can see, again, this is a pillow. It looks great on a pillow. I'm planning on using it on a chair. And this one here representing a chair. And when this one dries, I'll show you that. But here again, you decide how you want to decorate these eggs, what colors you want to bring in. It looks so great. It's a great way to bring this kind of color in for the spring. We're so looking forward to spring. So it's dry. I'm going to add one more little thing because this is a happy rabbit and he loves what he's doing, being a part of a decoration. Here we go. I'm going to go inside the pillowcase. This is a standard dining room chair with a standard pillowcase. And let's see how it fits. Oh my gosh, just as I had hoped. It's all staying together. Of course it is. And it's bringing, some cheer to this household. It surely is gonna do that. So if you like what you've seen here today, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and remember to ring the bell so you know when another episode of TWT is coming along. Until then, look at felt, your imagination. And you can do this and bring some much needed spring cheer into your household. See you again.